It's Sunday. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. You know what that means. That means we've been blessed and fortunate and wealth, highly favored to get to do what we do again, like we doing it for TV. And we look so pretty while we doing it. Too pretty for radio, but hey, we here anyway, streaming across the world. To all the boys and girls, all the groovy parents, all the dope hipsters, all the techies, all the nerds, all the goons, all the hustlers, everybody in the trenches and everybody in between, all the Wall Street gangsters and all the gangsters on the corner. How y'all doing? Hope you having a beautiful day. All my preachers behind the pulpit, hope you having a beautiful day. All my sisters serenading them with them super, super soulful songs, hope you having a beautiful day. All my girls out here feeling like they in the middle of a female revolution and they out here letting it express themselves. I hope y'all having a beautiful day too. Whether you slinging crack rock or got a wicked jump shot, I hope you having a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. It's your boy Phantm Phuego. Happy Sunday, y'all. Happy Sunday. I'm here to bring you the news, previews, reviews, just a twist of my ghetto point of view. As always, you can get at me, his ghetto point of view at gmail.com, HISGHETTO, his ghetto points, POINT of OF view, VIEW, his ghetto point of view at gmail.com, his ghetto point of view at gmail.com. I always appreciate all of the interesting questions, comics, critiques I get. It's much appreciated. It helps the show grow. You have no idea how much your insight, your feedback can help me out. So please continue to send them my way. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. Feel free to also find us on Instagram and all other dope platforms. His ghetto point of view at gmail.com. Also on IG, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Find me where you be at, and I'll be there. Yeah, I'll be there. Don't you know, baby, yeah. Word. You know what I mean? I'm feeling good today. It's Sunday. It's been a long week. It's been a hectic week, but you know what? It's been a beautiful week. You know why it's been a beautiful week? Because I'm here and I get to talk to y'all, the greatest audience in the universe, the greatest audience in the galaxy, the greatest audience in the cosmos. I get to kick it with y'all. I get to build with y'all. So everything that's going through the week is just bullshit. And as long as it leads me up to this amazing conversation with you guys, that I'm blessed and I'm super blessed. And don't forget now as well, his ghetto point of view will be on Wednesdays now as well. So Wednesdays and Sundays, each and every Wednesday and each and every Sunday. Make sure you come through, get your news, reviews, previews with just a twist of my ghetto point of view. You dig me? Wednesdays and Sundays. This past Wednesday, we had our inaugural show. It was absolutely amazing. The energy was great. The love in the building was real. I can't complain, man. I can't say enough about it. It was a great show. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, favorite the show. Whatever platform you on, you have different ways that you can be notified. So make sure you hit the notifications bell or the like bell or the favorite bell or the love bell. Make sure you're sharing this on all the platforms you're on. Share it to your Facebook. Share it to your Instagram, share it to your snaps, share it to your IG. Let people know that you will definitely digging his ghetto point of view. Let them know that Phantom's point of view is one that you rock with. Phantm Phuego definitely got something spicy to talk about. Let them know you like the guests that come on my show. Let them know that you love the stuff I talk about. Or let them know that you hate what I say. And he be talking a lot of high trash, but you tune in anyway because you can't wait to tell me how wrong I am. Either way, it's appreciated. I love it. I love the hate too, because all publicity is good publicity. So make sure you please like, comment, subscribe, favorite the show, get your notification bells up, tell a friend to tell a friend. His ghetto point of view is on. We rocking. We're available on Spotify. We're available on Google. We're available on Apple Podcasts now. Thanks to the good people over at Apple for officially making us a partner and allowing us to partner with them. It's going to be a great ride. His ghetto point of view is now available not only on Spotify, Overcast, Amazon Podcast, Apple Podcasts. We growing, man. It's a great feeling. Google Podcasts. If I didn't say that already, thank you. And of course, the people that we could do nothing without. Shouts to the people. Shouts to the great team over at Anchor.fm. Anchor.fm is the home of his Ghetto Point of View. Anchor.fm is the home of his Ghetto Point of View. Anchor.fm is the home of his Ghetto Point of View. And it's with their great help that we get to do all these amazing things and get to be broadcast all across the world. So definitely shout to the team over at Anchor FM. Yeah, man, it's his Ghetto Point of View, bringing you the news, previews, reviews, with just a twist of my Ghetto Point of View. We got a lot of great topics we're going to get into tonight. A lot of great topics that we're going to get into tonight. But before we get into anything, let's jump into some tunes. Make sure you love, make sure you like, share, make sure you stream all these people's music. Make sure you help them run it up. Shout out to the goddess Merce, the big body Ben. She's, on a new adventure, traveling, moving from New York right now and starting a new journey in her life. Make sure you tune into her, Merce, the big body Benz. Definitely her new music is beautiful. She's also into the cards, and if you need a spiritual reading, Merce, the goddess, she can definitely bless you, let you see what's in your future, let you know what the cards hold in store for you. So, if you are so inclined, definitely hit up Merce, the big body Benz, and let her see what's in the cards, what the cards got lined up for you. Also, shouts to old Henny Cornelius. Make sure you're streaming that Revolutionary Ratchet. Shouts to Brooklyn Wildlife. Much love and appreciation. I just performed at the Free World Festival in conjunction with Brooklyn Wildlife, Artery, and a ton of other amazing vendors and venues and event throwers. Shout to Six Fat Tight and his Mixed Messages team. Shout to Marcus Demery, everybody. Shout to Vladik. Shout to everybody that's in the Artery space. Shout to everybody that's in the Brooklyn Wildlife space. Shouts to Henny Cornelius and the Smokes and Jokes team. I mean, it's just been an amazing time. It's been an amazing ride. And I just say I'm blessed and honored and, highly favored to know so many amazing people and have them dig what I do, my artistic sensibilities, my sound, my creative vibes enough that they want me to be involved in whatever they doing in the energy that I have. They want me to add it to the collective energy that they putting together. And, we form like Voltron and manifest even bigger on these fools. Say what? We form like Voltron and manifest even bigger on these fools. I ain't playing in this game. Mechanic, I knows my tools. Woo! Don't get me spitting balls on here. I ain't one for games. I break the rules. I ain't one for games. I break the rules. Don't get me spitting. I ain't one for games. I break the rules. Reverse playing this guess. Reverse playing that chess. You guessed. I don't know. I'm doing too much. But again, it's your boy Phantm Phuego. I'm just in a great mood, man. My energy's on 10,000 right now. Had some good eats. Shouts to the fam. Good Sunday meal. Drinking some good essential water. Trying to keep the body properly hydrated. People telling me I'm losing weight, telling me I'm looking better. So I'm thankful for that, man. I'm thankful for the opportunity just to have good water, just to be able to, try to get myself healthy, get my mind right, get my body right, get my spirit right, get myself focused, keep pushing, keep grinding hard, trying to see what the rest of this year has in store and what else can we manifest going forward into the new year. Things are looking great, things are looking wonderful, things are looking amazing, things are looking exciting. But in every amazing, exciting opportunity and every adventure, there's risk. And, they say every time you decide to show up and you get yourself, in the mode to go, you make yourself a little braver each time. You make yourself a little more locked in, a little better. You have now a new story to tell, something else to add to your narrative. You have a new part of your adventure that you're writing right here as we speak. You're manifesting yourself in the stars. You're building your own statues. You're creating your own empire. And so, I'm thankful just to be able to have those opportunities to write in my book and continue to add to my legacy and to continue to build my legend and to continue to build up my empire. And hopefully one day my name will be a name that I don't have to say because I done worked so hard when I walk in the room everybody like, yo, that's Phantm. Yo, that's Phantm Phuego. Yo. And I think that's something we all want in life. We all want to build legacies. We all want to leave our marks. We all want to be seen. We all want to be on the scene. And not just on the scene, but we want to be those who are, when we are on the scene, people stop and stare. People gasp in amazement. People look in wonder. People wonder in bewilderment. How did you get there? How did you do it? How did you make it happen? You want to be the notable. You want to be the notable. Those who get notoriety. Those who have high acclaim. Those who are praised. For whatever it is you do. For whatever it is you do. Whether you build Google. Whether you code for Uber. Whether you got a wicked jump shot. Whether you sell real estate. Whether you in the banking. Whether you do open heart surgery. You want to be known as the who's who in your field. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Because as they say, death is for the lazy. Death is for the lazy. If you've done the work to live, if you've done the work, if you put your mark on this planet, how could you ever die? If tons of people have good memories of you, even if they didn't get to directly meet you, if you wrote a book, if you wrote a podcast, if you wrote a blog, if you wrote music and got it out there to the world, if you shared your music with the world, your message with the world, if you shared your song with the world, if you shared your poetry, if you had beautiful children and you helped raise your children and one of your children ends up being a doctor, or one of your children ends up inventing Google, or one of your children ends up being an NBA, WNBA champion, one of your children ends up being the next Serena Williams, one of your children ends up being the next Mary McLeod Bethune, or the next Maya Angelou, or the next Aretha Franklin, or the next Beyonce. You've contributed something amazing to the world, and in that regard. So, you don't physically necessarily have to do it yourself, but you could plant the seed that does it. There will be no Tupac Shakur without a Afeni Shakur, and without Tupac's dad, and without Tupac's whole fam, there would not be no, who were amazing Black Panthers and doing a lot in the community in their own right. But you can definitely argue that, having a Tupac allowed the legacy to be manifest and on an even grander scale, and allowed them to take what they were already doing in a grassroots level and bring it across the world. So I say all that to say we all doing this to be forever. We all doing this to be immortalized. And if we wasn't, then we wouldn't go so hard. Late nights, early mornings, not just immortalized, with physical statues or our names in books, but immortalized in the eyes of our fams. You know what I mean? Just having family in and of itself and is not enough to raise and to cultivate that family so that they can one day take care of themselves. Minus your presence is how you live forever. It's how you create a legacy, because now you've made people self-sufficient. Now you've made people who will continue to live under your name and under the tutelage and guidance that you gave them. Yeah, they'll put their own twist on it and their own spin on it. But if you taught them well, if you gave them the right steps at the beginning, they'll continue to build on your legacy and just continue to tweak it for the time frame and the era and generation that they live in. But they'll always speak your name. They'll always wave your flag. They'll always remember what you did, and they'll always honor the things that you brought to the table that allowed them stepping stones and roots and foundation and cement, which what they built their house on, which what they built their empire on, which what they built their castle on. Laying the foundation, brick by brick, cement by cement, pillar by pillar, stone by stone, rock by rock. That's beautiful work. And when you have people that can continue that work, when you physically are unable to, whether they be genetically related to you, whether they be your children, grandchildren, or whether they just be people that you touched on such a big level, if you had a big organization, and people that just kept your name up and honoring you, that's the type of impact we want to have. That's the type of legacy we want to leave. Those are the type of bells we want to ring. Those are the type of ways we want to say we made it. We here. We were alive, and we will always be alive because our work will speak for us. If you open up an after-school program, if you open up a college scholarship fund, you know what I mean? If you open up a dance program, a traveling sports club, a school, a church, any an annual clothing drive, an annual back to school drive, an annual haircuts for the kids before they go to school. Those are amazing things that you can do to give back on a bigger, grand scale. And then on a smaller scale, just being there to help your family, because you may not be able to be the one that had the after school drive. You may not be able to be the one that had the clothing rallies and the Toys for Tots, and you may not be able to be the one that toured the world and won Grammys. But if you spark that idea in one of your children, and then they get to do it, they're carrying on your legacy. You built that foundation that allowed them to succeed. You gave them an environment to flourish and succeed and be wonderful. And you gave them an environment to soar. And you gave them an environment to conquer and to do wonderful things. And you allowed them to dream big. And you allowed them to know that their imagination had no bounds. You created that. You can do that on a grand scale in your community and beyond. Or you can do it in your home. And in doing it in your home, it manifests on a grand scale a generation later. So there's a lot of ways to be immortal and to live forever. And the only way you will not live forever is if you're lazy. So if you're lazy, ask yourself, do I want to be forgotten? And if you don't want to be forgotten, do the work to never be. Do the work to never be. And you never will be. It's your boy Phantm Phuego, bringing you the news, views, reviews, and previews with just a twist of my ghetto point of view. Thought that pep talk was necessary. Something was moving through me. I just let the spirit keep talking. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta do that. Just get out the way and let the blessings and the jewels drop. Sometimes you just gotta get out the way and just let the manifestation happen. Just let the blessings happen. Just let the wonderfulness happen. Just let the bewilderment happen. Just blow them away. Blow yourself away at the same time. We're going to jump into some music. This is his Ghetto Point of View. Sundays and Wednesdays, catch us now here going crazy. Catch us now here going crazy. Catch us now here going crazy. Tune in. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to jump into some music now. Shit. Yeah, guys, we're back. So in NBA news, the Nuggets have officially forced a Game 7 behind the masterful work of Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, and the crew. And the young up-and-coming stud, Michael Porter Jr., who I still have no idea at all why the Knicks didn't draft. Like, I really feel that the Knicks genuinely are just playing to lose. And then I know people gonna be like, here he go, he in his conspiracy bag. I know I'm gonna throw my shoulder out with this one in the immortal words of the great Black Dot, but just hear me out. New York is a different type of market. New York is a very interesting place. New York is the kind of market that I might lose all my listeners right now, or y'all might just curse me out like crazy, especially the Knicks fans. His Ghetto Point of View at gmail.com. His Ghetto Point of View at gmail.com. Send it my way, all one word, lowercase, spelling is regular. His Ghetto Point of View at gmail.com. Send it my way if you think I am tweaking. And they did all that losing to only get the 8th seed. The 8th spot in the draft lottery. All that losing. LaMelo Ball coming here. Not with the 8th pick. They're going to have to give up the 8th pick and RJ. Now, do they want to give up RJ? RJ's a problem. RJ's really, really good. I think RJ is more NBA ready than Zion. People going to look at me like, oh, you bugging, you tweaking. Look what Zion was doing when he came back from injury. right? And then look what Zion was doing when he got in the bubble. It's like he went down south and ate all the hogs. All of them. And you know what? I know Zion's a beast and he's going to come back. He's going to be a man-child. He just needs to be consistently playing because he had weight issues already coming into the season. And it's very clear that giving that type of person with the way he eats time off is always going to be problematic. At some point, though, Zion will grow up. And I'm talking about Zion Williamson, not Zion Harmon, who, while being a prolific point guard, doesn't quite measure up to an NBA caliber player just yet. Zion Williamson, forward center for the New Orleans Pelicans is who we talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Zion came back into the bubble looking like his stomach was a bubble. Yo, I love you, Zion Williamson. I really do. And I know you're going to have an amazing Hall of Fame career. But I don't think you came into your NBA life serious. I think things have been handed to you a little too much. I think you expected to be in the NBA for a very long time. And because of that, you don't feel like you had to practice as much or as hard. This past year, I know you killed yourself to get to Duke. You absolutely murdered everybody on your way to get to Duke. You played in a high school league where you were a man among boys. But you also supplemented that playing in some of the most prolific AAU travel club games that people have ever seen. You know what I mean? You had people like Ja Morant, the current Rookie of the Year candidate, on your travel club team. So, you know, it's amazing how things work out like that. But I'm just so happy that both of you were able to make it. And, you know, people saw the talent in both of you young gentlemen who are going to have amazing careers and probably going to end up being rivals as things roll out. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, you know, I mean, come on, man. He came back into the bubble with a bubble gut and a bubble gut. Bubble gut. Bubble gut. Bubble gut. And you can't win no NBA title playing like bubblegum. You know what I'm saying? Everything real soft and squishy. Like, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. I don't care. You could be mad at me. All the Zion haters, all the Zion lovers, all the Zion fans. Y'all can say I'm a Zion hater. All of that. Come on, man. Zion Williamson is too talented. He has too many things going for him to come into the bubble when everybody was so hype and anticipating the Pelicans to make it to the playoffs and start to get to see an early precursor to what could be with him and Lonzo and Brandon Ingram and all of those, and that team, like that plentiful cast of really, really good young pieces. I don't know what to say, but it didn't look good at all. Zion came in looking like a bubble gut. Lonzo went from averaging an amazing 20 and 10 double-double damn near to 7, 5, and 4, something very reminiscent of his early rookie season outages. And it's crazy because he was having such an amazing year. And it's like another, like Lonzo Ball is arguably probably one of my favorite players in the league right now. Like, I really follow his story. I dig him. I dig his father. I dig the whole Ball brand. I dig being independent. I dig going for yourself. I dig betting on yourself. I dig not playing the game the way they want you to play, but the way you feel it needs to be played. And on that, and I mean that on every level, triple entendre, because on the court, in the boardroom, in the classroom, I would argue that this family has done things their own way, with LaMelo opting out of school, with Lonzo being the man that he was, with Jello having to leave UCLA. So I feel on all three levels, this family has shown people a completely different way to get to the top spot, to change the game. And despite all of the critique, all of the hubbub that was put out about them, LaMelo may arguably still be one of the top picks in the draft. Despite people like Alan Foster saying that was impossible because of some allegations about his academic standings. Despite all of the controversy surrounding their father, who I personally love. Shouts to LeVar Ball. If anybody affiliated with the Ball brand is listening. I don't need a pair of sneakers, but I wouldn't mind a t-shirt. I'm telling you. I love the Ball brand. I love everything you guys stand for. And I think that the Ball family, as a family, is an excellent family, an example of black excellence. They don't get the tag for it because people find a lot of things they're doing unconventional, a little out of the box. But LeVar Ball is black excellence. This is a man who took his family from their condition, put an organized plan together, stayed consistently connected to that organized plan, did not deviate from his plan. Things got good, things got bad, things rose, things fell, things got positive, things got negative. That man stayed consistent. He kept his family consistent. He stayed even keeled and poised. His family stayed even keeled and poised. And that doesn't mean that he didn't have moments of anger and frustration. But what I mean is, when it was time to go do stuff, they went to go do it. It didn't matter how they felt. They didn't let those things get in the way. And because of that, they're where they're supposed to be. They're where they're supposed to be because they put in the work to be there. Sunrise, sunset, hell, high water. They put in the work. They're there. It is what it is. You can't knock them at all. Which all you can do is celebrate their excellence and their greatness. They've really, set themselves apart. They've absolutely set themselves apart. So what can you do? What can you say? Anything you say to me is just absolute hate. And you can say that's me having rose-colored glasses on when it comes to LeVar, Tina, Lonzo, Zoe, Jello, Big Hank, Big Yank, and the fam. Even Andre Ball. Shoot, I was there listening to the Overtime episode with him the other day. Shout out to Overtime. This guy's great. Very good production. Very good broadcasting. Very good programming. They got the youth and the hoop movement all locked up. So they got the youth hoop movement, which is great because reports now that about 35% of our young kids are really into basketball, and that's across both sexes. So basketball is only on the uptick. And a family like the Ball family saw that. I mean, it's only on the uptick. It's only going up. It's only going up. The game of basketball, like the money that a guy like LaMelo Ball could potentially make. Insane. Excuse me, getting my Essentia on. Shouts to Essentia. This water is so good. Swear to you, man. Swear to you. Essentia. Overachieving. H2O. Yeah, this shit is definitely... They definitely go above and beyond when they make this water. It's really good. But anyway. I think everything the Ball family's done to put themselves in a position is excellent. I definitely know LaMelo's going top 3. To which team? It's up in the air. If I had to put my hand on it right now, he goes number 2 to the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors trade him in a package deal. to the Milwaukee Bucks. Also packaging Draymond Green and Andrew Wiggins. And they get in return Giannis Antetokounmpo and some other young prospects. And a couple picks in return from Milwaukee. Because Golden State does not play. Golden State has amazing people in behind the scenes. And when they send away big players, they get back a ton in return and they get picks. So if they send it away LaMelo, Draymond, Andrew Wiggins, they're getting Giannis. And they're getting some good young picks, that's young prospects that's already on the Bucks. And they're getting picks. Because that's how Golden State plays. And can you imagine Klay, Steph, and Giannis with that three? I don't care who you pencil in. You can go get two people from the corner store. You can go get two people from the YMCA hoop and run. You can go get two people from wherever. I don't care. You put Giannis, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson on the court together for 37 minutes a night. Oh, my Lord. My Lord. What would they not be able to do? And if they can somehow keep Willie Cauley-Stein. Whew. Man. I don't see that team losing more than 5-10 games for a whole season. And they could possibly go undefeated throughout the playoffs. Willie Cauley-Stein is a young, athletic, mobile big man. He do not play. He can pick and pop. He can roll to the rim. He dumps hard. He jumps high. He dunks. He's catching alleys. He plays savvy up to like 15 feet. Got a little handle. Got a little shake to his game. Rim runner. Young Tyson Chandler. Bit more offensively savvy. Polished, in my humble opinion. Young Tyson Chandler, but just very polished. Much more polished offensive game. Much more modern big offensive game. Just got to work on that Jimmy all the way out to three. But he's got time for that. And he's on the right team where they'll be able to help him with that. And they'll be able to compensate for that weakness. Because, I mean, let's be honest. Steph and Klay going to put up 30 a night. Giannis might put up another 5. That's almost 43 pointers being shot a night. And that's a regular part of their offense. And that's a regularly expected a part of their goddamn offense. What? What? Excuse me? What? How can you defend that? They need to be defended 30 feet out. And then Giannis is going to be just... Thinking about that makes my head hurt. Thinking about that gets me so excited. Like, I haven't even been in love with basketball that much lately. You guys know. But thinking about that pairing, if they could somehow pull that deal off, if they were willing to send the second pick, if they get it, if they keep it, they pick number 2 and pick LaMelo. So if they get LaMelo, and send LaMelo with Andrew Wiggins and Draymond Green to the Milwaukee Bucks. And I guarantee you, Draymond Green would go for that deal. I guarantee you, Draymond Green would go for that deal. You know why? Because Draymond Green is ready to be his own man on his own team. Draymond Green gets a lot of, you wouldn't be this good if you wasn't in the system flack. And I'm one of the people that are constantly preaching to people that y'all sound crazy. What Draymond does is extremely valuable, and he is the precursor that makes the Warriors go. Not the other way around. This man can dribble, pass, and shoot. This man plays lockdown defense. He can play all 5 spots of defense, undersized. He's a cerebral thinker. He gets under the skin of the best scorers on the other team. He is a championship winning player and a championship caliber player. And he is physically at a point in his career where he's still got a couple more champion level years in him. And I feel he can increase his offensive output a bit. I don't think he's a first option offensively on the team at all. He's easily your second or third option offensively. And you definitely want to pair him with some guys that could kill. But could you imagine if somehow they could pull that deal off and then do another deal with the Washington Wizards to get Bradley Beal in Milwaukee and pair Bradley Beal with Draymond Green? Bradley Beal and Draymond Green on the Milwaukee Bucks, to me, that's a team that could go to the Eastern Conference Finals. People who tell me I'm crazy. Okay, you've got two extremely cerebral, hard-nosed players, play bigger than their position. One dribble, pass, shoot, play both sides of the floor. One dribble, pass, shoot, play both sides of the floor. One that could pull up from 30. One that could get you 10, 15 assists a night and rebounds like a demon. Bradley Beal is an elite player that's also ready for a different environment. I think pairing him with Draymond, Andrew Wiggins, I think that's a 3. That's 3 players that have been undervalued enough in their careers that if they get put together on a team, I think the sky's the limit. I think the sky's really the limit for that 3. If that happens, say you heard it here first. Say you heard it here first. If it doesn't happen, it was nice to talk about. It's your boy Phantm Phuego, bringing you the news, views, reviews, and previews with his Ghetto Point of View. But yeah, I say all that to say, screw the Knicks for not bringing in Michael Porter Jr. That man is going to be a problem in this league. They didn't draft Michael Porter Jr. They didn't draft Michael Porter Jr. And they could have had him. They didn't draft Bol, another player the Nuggets crept up on, and they could have had him also. And both of those guys are going to be problems in this league. Bol, Manute Bol's son, 7 foot something, pretty much 3-man. They gonna make him play the center in the big as he get bulky. But that he can dribble, pass, and shoot like a guard. And he is 7 foot and change. Bol is a problem. All he gotta do is get NBA body right. Because his father played in a different era, so that body type was okay. But these trainers is different. These trainers in the NBA is special. And the NBA is also affiliated with pretty much all the amazing college trainers from across tons of different sports. They will put him with the right type of trainers to help him get his coordination, his footwork, his body mass, his strength, his endurance, his flexibility, his dexterity, his instincts, his twitch muscles. They'll get it where it needs to be. So his skill set will translate over to him being a starting player in this league. He is what the league is transitioning towards. Pairing him and Mitchell Robinson in the front court would have been a problem for everybody coming into the Knicks. It's what Porzingis and Robinson could have been. That's how high I am on Bol. Bringing in Bol and having him paired with RJ. If they had Michael Porter Jr., RJ Barrett, Bobo, Dennis Smith Jr. You talking about a young team that would give people fits every time they came into the Garden and give the Garden something to talk about. But you know Jim Dolan don't give two rotten apples about giving the Garden anything to talk about. You know Jim Dolan don't give two rotten apples about giving the Garden fans anything positive to talk about, I should say. Excuse me while I take a water break. He could care less. He could absolutely care less. It's not on his plate. It's not something he cares about. It's not something that matters to him. It's never been something that mattered to him. It will never be something that mattered to him. And that, my friends, is because I personally feel that he is well aware of different plays and different moves that could have been made. He's brought in enough talented GMs. He's brought in GMs that have been players. He's brought in assistants that have been players. And now they got World Wide West. World Wide West better goddamn do something. I know World Wide West ain't come to the Knicks to do nothing. For those that don't know, William Wesley, aka World Wide West, your favorite rapper's best friend, your favorite ball player's mentor, is a power broker behind the scenes in the NBA. Where he says go, the players go. Where he says go, the players go. World Wide West, William Wesley is now being brought on as a special consultant for the New York Knicks. To me, that spells big players is on the move to the Garden. Good players is on the move to the Garden. Who? We shall see. Could Giannis be coming to the Garden? Could Giannis Antetokounmpo want to take on the challenge of bringing back Madison Square Garden? Who knows? If he did come, does Bradley Beal come here? Does Bradley Beal go to the Garden with him? That'd be very interesting. That would be a dangerous pairing. One more player, and that's a championship squad. Giannis Antetokounmpo in the Knicks jersey, Kevin Durant and Kyrie in the Nets jersey. That's good for the NBA. That's good for New York City. That's good for basketball. That's just good for everybody. You talk about entertainment value that would go through the roof. Giannis in the Knicks jersey. It's absolutely a frenzy. It's an absolute frenzy. Does Devin Booker then come to New York? Will Devin Booker be coming to New York anyway? These are the many questions I have. Will New York ruin all the opportunities? New article just dropped that Kevin Durant didn't think 2 minutes about the Knicks. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but he did say in the article that he really didn't have any intention to come to the Knicks, that he just didn't want to be the savior, etc. My sources say that's absolute BS. I fully do believe that there was a time when Kevin Durant didn't want to come to the Knicks. He was thinking about being the savior, but having those injuries, having a team treat him in such a manner, I think it made him rethink some things. I think it made him reevaluate what he was playing for and who he was playing for and what meant more to him, playing with one of his homies, still being in the New York area, or resurrecting that franchise. Or maybe he never had it in his heart. You know, the man does run with Jay-Z. Jay-Z is Brooklyn through and through. Jay-Z's a Brooklyn net owner. Maybe that was never the plan. Maybe the plan was always to be in New York, but always to be in Brooklyn. To say he never considered New York Knicks, I highly doubt that. Unless you start to believe the allegations that I'm throwing out, that the Knicks are never intended to win. So the only way a person like KD would go there is after he's won 2 or 3 more. Because don't get it twisted, he's got 2 or 3 more left. And after he's won that 2 or 3 more and it's over and he's on the other side of it, then maybe. But until then, I don't think we see a player of that caliber. The Knicks usually gets the brand name, but usually nothing's in the shoebox. But that little bag with the air freshener packet. This little bag of the air freshener packets, those little crystals that keep your shoes smelling fresh. Usually that and the shoe horn. That's all that's in the box when you buy a pair of shoes from the Knicks. That's all that's in the box. Just a shoe horn, that little plastic thing that holds the back of the shoes together. Some smell goods, some of those gels. You never get the shoes. You'll never actually get any substance. You'll never actually get what you paid for with the Knicks. You'll never get anything that you actually really want. I don't know why people keep falling for it. To me, it's a joke. They're the worst. I wouldn't even want LaMelo to come here unless he was going to the Knicks. Why not go to the Bucks? To me, yeah, I think he will end up on the Bucks or a similar team. Will pull off a huge trade and get that Golden State number 2. Maybe Washington pulls the trade. Maybe Washington pulls the trade. Sends Bradley Beal. We shall see. But do the Warriors really need Beal? Seems like Giannis would probably be the most likely trade partner. Immediately feels the need to play the 5. Or the 4. Or the 3. So get Draymond out of there. Plug Giannis in. Wow. This is his Ghetto Point of View, where I bring you the news, previews, and reviews with just a twist of my Ghetto Point of View. Let's jump into some music. We'll be right back. Yeah, we are back. So in other NBA news, the Lakers, of course, I don't think that was a big secret, have advanced to the Western Conference Finals, and they are now just waiting for the winners between the Clippers and Nuggets series. Congratulations to the Lakers. The Rockets, yeah, man, don't seem to be able to get past, the second round. Don't seem to really able to get any traction. They've brought in Chris Paul and now Russell Westbrook in the past few years to pair with James Harden. Mike D'Antoni has said he is not coming back now. Hopefully, maybe they can keep Russ for another season, get a different coach in there that runs a different type of system that can take more advantage of having those 2 megastars on the same team. Because, it's really unfortunate when you have 2 players of that caliber playing together that they can't get it together, can't get over the hump, can't be seen in the finals at least one time. That's insane. It doesn't make any sense. 2 amazing MVP-like ballers in a prime being taken out, again and again, year in and year out. And of course, I understand, yes, they lost to LeBron James and Anthony Davis-led team. Another pair of Hall of Fame level insane players who have way more height to play with. I get all of that, but I don't know, man. I don't think that the Rockets are really living up to their potential. Some people would argue that it's James Harden's fault, but I would argue that James Harden wouldn't be playing anyway, that the coaches, the organization hasn't asked him to play, hasn't allowed him to play, and for whatever reason, they've cultivated this player who, takes these step backs and these side steps and these euros and these, these insanely amazing fadeaways from all over the court. But by the end of the playoffs, it's generally out of gas, not relying on his team enough, and to have a player like Russell Westbrook be your cohort this time around, and this y'all second year together. Some people are saying this is the end of the James Harden era with the Rockets, and it may well be. Hopefully they could keep Russell Westbrook, though, in Houston and build around him and maybe get some different things going. That'd be nice to see. Maybe it is time for James Harden to now be on a different team, just be in a different environment. Imagine James Harden going down to Miami, playing with Jimmy Butler. Whew. Because Miami's one piece away. And I think playing with somebody like Jimmy Butler would be the kind of leader that James Harden needs to kind of get his act together. Because, as talented as my guy Harden is, I think he is extremely hard at it, man. I think he's very hard at it. I think he's an extremely intelligent player, but I think he is so comfortable playing the way that they've allowed him to play. He doesn't want to play in a system where he has to now share. Why? It's going to take away from his superstar cachet. He may sell less sneakers. He's doing just fine, dropping 40 a night, having these insane triple doubles, selling sneakers. He may not want to win a ring. There are some players who are comfortable not winning a ring. And as much as we may want them to win a ring, they are comfortable being, they can go buy whatever ring they want from whatever jeweler you could think of on the planet. They can go get a they own NBA trophy. So they're not, for some players that's not really their thing, but for others, the ring is it. A championship, having a name in the law, that's all they know. And you can kind of start to tell by the middle of somebody's career what type of player they want to be. Some people say, oh, well, things are more in certain teams' favors than others. And, yeah, that's all very true. There's definitely a lot of politics and, certain markets. It's better for certain markets to win. But the Knicks is a market that it should be good for them to win. But I'd argue that it's better for when the Knicks lose. Because everybody hates them like crazy. Hate to me is very strong. It's not stronger than love, but it's strong enough to sell papers. But I say all that to say, man, congrats to all the teams that have advanced to the finals. Congrats to the teams that are about to advance. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It should be interesting. This is his Ghetto Point of View. We bring you the news, previews, and reviews. Just a twist of my Ghetto Point of View. In other news, it's been a long time coming. Nas dropped his new album. It's amazing. I did speak about this the other day on the podcast, but I can't really say enough about it. It's such an amazing body of work. Those of you who have not had a chance to check it out yet, please do so. It is absolutely great. It is absolutely wonderful. It is really, really good. It's a really masterful work of art. So, speaking of art, speaking of electronic arts, EA Sports, Madden, in the new Madden 2021, the football game out on PS4, Xbox One, etc. They have reinstituted a free agent version of a character resembling Colin Kaepernick. And he's not rated that low either. He's rated like 81. You know, for those who are into gaming and into the sports games, you know that each of the players' attributes are averaged out into a rating. You know, they have a rate system where they award attributes for each character's different skills. And, you know, they have some characters are better than others, and then that averages out to an overall rating. His overall rating is about 81, which is better than the likes of players like Cam Newton, who are actually active, current, you know, players on rosters. So, you know, that of course drew a little suspicion, a little ire. And the fact that he has the black power fist as his celebration also drew a little intrigue from some people, of course. Some people with genuine points, absolutely. Some people making very intelligent, genuine points. And, you know, some people, of course, just hating. And then some people in between. What I will say is, it's interesting that they would put him in the game. To me, that's kind of a signal that there's something is about to happen. And then the fact that they have him ranked so highly, even above other players, means that they possibly know that he has been keeping himself in elite shape. And that when he gets back onto a field, when he gets with a team, if he chooses to go that route, I think they're saying they're confident that he will be a champion level quarterback again in the league, which is interesting, which is kind of dope. And you got to give them kudos and commendations for that. Some people might see it as pandering. Oh, you know, because, you know, this is a meaningless thing. So if you want to play as this Kaepernick character, you have to pay us $60, or, you know, if you get it with the mobile version, you might get the mobile version of the game for about $5 or $10, but then you have to pay for all these upgrades and player cards, and by the end, you're playing hundreds of dollars with these mobile games sometimes. So, you know, it's a very interesting setup they got going on. But even with the console setups now, if you want extra money to buy extra options, you're still going to end up paying, you know, sometimes double or triple, which has been on the initial game itself. So, I don't know what's going to happen with that computer situation, but we'll keep our eye on it and see how that gets worked out going forward. But it's interesting that Kaepernick got put into the game. He is the highest ranked free agent, and they were saying that they wanted to EA Sports in certain reporting said that they wanted to celebrate this amazing free agent and everything he's done. It just seems all so convenient now that everybody's willing to be on such front streets and be so brave about it. When just 24 months ago, you know, this man was completely berated and insulted, and even 18 months ago, this was still 12 months ago. So, you know, yes, I'm happy the man is now getting his flowers, but it just seems crazy how this whole thing turned out. But now in Madden, you can play as Colin Kaepernick. This is his Ghetto Point of View. We bring you the news, previews, and reviews. This is my Ghetto Point of View. Be right back. Yeah, man, it's your boy Phantm Phuego. We back. So, amazing piece Wall Street Journal recently wrote. It's actually a news story that's been picked up by a couple big, very, very big papers, MSN, Yahoo Business, Bloomberg Report, all have some excellent articles on it. Here's a quote from this Wall Street Journal article. Let me just pull this up. 2019, American exporters shipped more than 1 billion pounds of plastic waste to 96 countries, including Kenya, ostensibly to be recycled, according to trade statistics. But much of the waste, often containing the hardest to recycle plastics, instead ends up in rivers, and oceans. Let me read that again. 2019, American exporters shipped more than 1 billion pounds of plastic waste to 96 countries, including Kenya, ostensibly to be recycled, according to trade statistics. But much of the waste, often containing the hardest to recycle plastics, instead ends up in rivers and oceans. And after China closed its ports to most plastic trash in 2018, exporters have been looking for new dumping grounds. Exports to Africa more than quadrupled in 2019 from a year earlier. And after China closed its ports to most plastic trash in 2018, exporters have been looking for new dumping grounds. Exports to Africa more than quadrupled in 2019 from a year earlier. These are excerpts from an article entitled "Oil Industry Has a Problem and its Solution to Fill Africa with Garbage." I say again, the oil industry has a problem, and its solution, Big Oil is in trouble. Its plan, flood Africa with plastic. I say again, Big Oil is in trouble. Its plan to flood Africa with plastic. So, this article is so amazing. And number one, I had no idea we were exporting so much of our trash, our waste, to other countries. It's never something I thought about, and it's not really something that we talk about, I guess, in mainstream media and the general politic, as they would call it, the community politic. You always hear these. So sorry guys, you always hear these large conversations about reducing, reusing, recycling. People getting fined and stuff for not recycling. Never do you hear about 96 tons of plastic being dumped. 96 countries being dumped tons of hard to recycle plastics. And if China just closed off its ports in 2018 after years and years of taking people's garbage in, I don't want to. That just makes me wonder, as a country, how would I feel about you if I knew that my leaders had to try to process your garbage? I just don't know how I'd feel about you as a citizen of the country that has to now deal with your country's waste. I'd argue I probably wouldn't feel that good. And you guys feel free to call me as unpatriotic as you want. hisghettopointofview@gmail.com. 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 Feel free to tell me I'm crazy. Feel free to tell me I've lost it. Feel free to tell me I'm bananas. Feel free to tell me I'm bonkers. Also, guys, support, please support. Your support is definitely appreciated, and it helps me keep being able to do this podcast. At Venmo, it is Phantm, Phantm, -Phuego, Phuego, -42. So that's Phantm-Phuego- the numbers 4 and 2. PayPal, phantomphuego@gmail.com. That is PHANTMPHUEGO@gmail.com. Because I get a lot of questions. People asking how can they donate to the show. I definitely appreciate that, guys. I will have Cash App and other payments, donation options available in the near future. But PayPal, Phantm Phuego, PHANTMPHUEGO@gmail.com, or Venmo, Phantm dash or hyphen, the one in the middle, not the one at the bottom, not the underscore, the dash, Phantm PHANTM dash Phuego, PHUEGO dash the number 42, Phantm Phuego 42 with dashes in between Fuego and 42, Phantm Phuego and 42, Phantm dash Phuego dash 42. That's the Venmo. Please support the show, guys. Please continue to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Sundays and Wednesdays we get to it. Sundays and Wednesdays we get to it. Sundays and Wednesdays we get to it. Sundays and now Wednesdays we bring you the news, previews, and reviews. This is a twist of my ghetto point of view. Life is interesting. Life is definitely crazy. Life will throw you a bunch of curveballs. You can do a couple things. You can try to duck them and dodge them. Get out the way. You can try to evade them. You can try to catch them. Or you could try to take a baseball bat, knock those things out the park, knock your troubles away, knock your problems away, knock your friends' problems away. If this is too much for you, and it's too much on your shoulders already. Sometimes we all need that, you know? Love to everybody out there. Hope everybody living their best lives and doing their best things to get prepared for everything that's ahead of us. Doing all the things necessary. Meditating, fasting, eating swell. Making sure they have everything they need in their homes. But, yeah. So, again, back to this Wall Street Journal. So, it just makes me wonder, why do they need to take in our garbage? And what are we going to do about this? Because, I mean, it sounds like we're just producing entirely too much from materials that are not biodegradable, from materials that are just bad for the earth, hard to process, hard to recycle, hard for the earth to do anything good with. I mean, when do we get to the point as, citizens and, see sometimes, like, I wish articles like this, I wish information like this was more widely spread, because this is a conversation that needs to be had for the good of the earth, for the good of our children, for the good of our children's children. Are these plastic containers biodegradable? Do they recycle easy? And if they don't, are we just adding to the problem that we say we want to fix? Recycling. It's crazy. Just something to think about. This your boy Phantm Phuego, bringing you the news, previews, reviews with his ghetto point of view. Like those long dramatic pauses, don't y'all, man? This gives you a moment to reflect on the information. But damn, to think, I never even realized China was taking in everybody's trash like that. The way so many countries talk about China, you would never have expected them to be a country that had its borders open to taking the refuse and the trash of other countries and other nations. Only now closing its borders in 2018, according to the Wall Street Journal article. Just makes you think, wow. But, yeah, guys, I'm about to jump out of here. Get into some music real quick. We'll be right back. Cheers. Yeah, so there's an amazing new film on Netflix, guys. #Alive stars this new actor. It takes place in a modern Asian city. They're not very specific on what the city's supposed to be. Could it be New York? Could it be LA? Could it be China? I mean, they're not very specific. They try to say it is one of those places. It doesn't really look like it. So I'm not sure where it's actually supposed to be, setting wise, just a modern new city, new age city, modern, everything modern, Asian population. And you have the young man whose family is ravaged by a virus, and the people all around turn into these bloodthirsty, zombie-like individuals who start eating everybody else, and then that smoke transfers the virus to them, and so his family sends him a message that he has to stay alive. And I really enjoyed the film. I like the pace of it. The editing was great. Really good timing. He ends up eventually befalling a young lady who is really, really, really an amazing actress herself. Really good fighter. They end up together, trying to make it through and survive to the end of this great film. The film's dope. I like it a lot. Technically, it was awesome. I really liked it. I liked the casting. Everybody seemed to be playing great roles. I didn't really have anything bad to say about the film. It didn't really try to use too many special effects or anything, which to me added to the realism of the film. And these zombies were very intelligent. They noticed things. They saw people from up above. They were able to pull on ropes and climb. And these zombies still had very fine motor skills. This was scary. And if this is how zombies are gonna be, count me out now. Count me out now. I don't want to play this game. I don't want no parts of this. I really don't. Check it out on Netflix when you get a sec, guys. #alive. And speaking of Netflix is going through a real set of drama right now. Netflix is going through some problems. And if anybody doesn't know, there is a new film on Netflix. I don't even want to say it. If he shut down, sheesh. It's called Cuties, though, guys. And giving it energy either way, whether positive or negative publicity, is still giving it attention. So I'm not going to talk about it very long. I just want to say I do feel it's inappropriate. I know some people are like, oh, well, just cancel the film. Don't cancel Netflix. And, canceling Netflix is too extreme. I understand they're just a aggregator. They're just a distributor of films. But as a distributor of films, I feel they should be responsible for the films they distribute. And so if we're saying we're mad at this producer, we wouldn't have seen this film. This film wouldn't have got the light, the air, the money behind it, the financing, etc. it has gotten without a push from Netflix. So in my mind, if we're going to shut the film down, we may also have to shut the people who show it. And in the olden days, that would be theaters. But these days, it has to be Netflix. And so I know why some people love Netflix, because you have access to a world of amazing cinema right at your fingertips on your mobile devices. And you can integrate it with all your technology. But, if we don't stand for something, we will fall for anything. If we don't stand for something, we will fall for anything. If we don't stand for something, we will fall for anything. And sometimes, even in those uncomfortable moments, those are the moments, not even in exactly the uncomfortable moment, seeing where a person takes a stand, seeing how a person behaves on a particular topic. That's when you know if a person's real or not. So it's like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're gonna say, oh, hey, why don't you do more for people? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? But then when those people do take a stand, then they get knocked down. It's crazy. It's like we live in this world where people will constantly say, oh, we need more people take stands. We need more people to be in defense of things. We need more people to be understanding, progressive, inclusive, open, respectful of gays, respectful of black people, respectful of females with women's rights. The list goes on and on. It can run the gamut. More respectful of the rights of children, and more respectful of other races, more respectful of other cultures. The list goes on and on of the things, the various initiatives that are being pushed and propelled to the top, and as they rightfully should, because so many different voices have been pushed to the background for so long that now there's like a collective, a chorus of voices all trying to be heard. So it's hard to stand out and get your rightful reward sometimes in a climate like that. But I say all that to say stuff is crazy, and Netflix should be held accountable. I'm not going to talk that much more after that. If you've seen the film, you may like it. Awesome. It's your right to like and appreciate the art and understand the message that the director states she was trying to convey. And this was just the best medium she felt that could convey the message, because it has gotten people talking, absolutely. But sometimes getting people talking at what cost? I feel now, why not just make a dope film? If you were that dope of a movie producer, why not just make a dope film? Like, it seems like sometimes we want to cheat code the process. So if I make this film that, is very risque, very almost inappropriate in some people's eyes already, but, can be seen as, very taboo on the things I'm going to touch on in the film, and have these small young 11, 12-year-old girls fulfill it. That could be looked at a lot of different ways. And it's like, what are you going to do? I watched the behind the scenes, and I heard the film director explain, she was just trying to tell the story of this girl and how this really goes on, and how, parents and children can drift apart, and the sensibilities that you gave your child growing up, those are going to definitely be tested and pushed to the back burner by the child, and put to the test, and have to walk through the lake of fire and put to the flames, and those sensibilities, those lessons you gave to your child will be tested, and your child's character, your child's resolve, your child's confidence, your child's self-esteem will all be tested and tried to be stripped away throughout, especially going to public school, going to schools, period, is one of the biggest places these things happen. And travel clubs and stuff too, but definitely school is the biggest place. So it's hard, it's very hard, and I feel for people trying to balance that. Do what's right, establish legacy, get to the bag, get a statue, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, do what's right, get to the bag, get to the statue, do what's right, do what's right, do what's right, get to the bag, get to the statues, get to the living forever, get to the investments, get to the movement, get to the power, get to the love, get to the intrigue, get to the instige, get to being a person that was synonymous with the culture itself. It's gonna happen. And sometimes when you speak out against things, you can sacrifice those moments in your life where you could have been a voice for the culture on a grander scale. You could have been a megastar for the movement on a more global platform. But in places like YouTube and stuff today, it allows for your platforms to get just a bit bigger. So places like Anchor, places like Spotify, places like Tidal, places like Overcast, places like Audio Mac, SoundCloud, places that allow you to share with the world. If you take full advantage of them, you will be able to be out there amongst the stars, especially if you bring in dope content. So create. There's places like Netflix may need to go. We need more black We need more brown. We need more diverse. We need more inclusive. We need more open. We need more honest. We need more ingenuitive. We need more aspiring, inspiring, creative. We need less traditional. We need more new age. We need it. Let's get to it, guys. It's your boy Phantm Phuego. This is his Ghetto Point of View. Jump into some music real quick. We'll be back. Yeah, you guys are the greatest audience in the world. Yeah, I could be anywhere else in the world, but y'all choose to be here with me, and I so appreciate that. Please continue to like, share, subscribe. Make sure you activate all your notifications on whichever app and platform you're listening on. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Sundays and Wednesdays, his Ghetto Point of View is back and better than ever. We doing this like we doing this. We doing this like we doing it for TV. We look so damn pretty. Our voices smell like Charlie Cross these airwares. But I'm just playing. But I really couldn't do anything without you guys, and I'm so appreciative. And it's so humbling that you guys are helping to start running the numbers up. You know, telling your friends, telling your family, telling your loved ones, anybody that likes sports, music, movie reviews, hip-hop conversations with dope guests, conversations about love, romance, art, politics, history, etc. His Ghetto Point of View is the show for them. His Ghetto Point is the show for them, whether they work on Wall Street or in kindergarten classroom. His Ghetto Point of View is the show that everybody can love, that everybody can listen to, that everybody can relate to. Whether you a brain surgeon, heart surgeon, rocket scientist, or just a math teacher, His Ghetto Point of View is your show. Whether you just a janitor, busting suds, whether you just a McDonald's employee, working the cash register, whether you just work at Dr. J's, selling sneakers, His Ghetto Point of View is the show for you. I do this for the people. You guys making me feel so young, feel so loved, feel so appreciated, feel so warm and enthusiastic and ready to just run through a wall. I so appreciate all the love, all the positive energy, all the feedback. Please keep sending your emails in. His Ghetto Point of View at gmail.com. HISGHETTOPOINT of View, OFVIEW. His Ghetto Point of View at gmail.com. You guys are absolutely amazing. I'm getting out of here. I see you guys on Wednesday. We get back to it, back at it like we never left, moving with it with a swifter step. Yeah. Love you guys so much. Have a great one. Enjoy the weeks. See you Wednesday. Get to it. Tell a friend to tell a friend. His Ghetto Point of View is on Wednesdays and Sundays. Yeah, we out of here, guys. Enjoy the week.